Hey everybody, this is Avaris Paradox, and welcome back to Anna Extended Edition. So, if you didn't see the last video, basically we are searching for this guy's lost love, Anna. And apparently he's dreamt about this location in the mountains for a long time, and now suddenly he's woken up and he's back here again. And in the last video, we broke into this old cabin after some basic problem solving and puzzle solving as well. So let's go ahead and see what we have inside the cabin. Now, I already have a bad feeling about this because we started all bright and cheery, and now we've gotten very, very dark and candlelit. Now the music is still good. I don't actually know how to control the flashlight, so let's keep looking around. A broken table. The small table is in an atrocious state. Luckily, I don't need to stop for a meal. Indeed, indeed. Ooh, what's this? Sharp fragment. Looks like a blade of a knife, and that knife looks like it has blood on it, or rust. If I want to take it, I'll have to hit it with something. Oh, good. Hitting things. I'm good at hitting things. Someone's crying. So yeah, this place is in pretty rough shape. Lucien and Margarita. I want to read. Give me the reading books. In times gone by, youths ventured into the woods to vow their eternal love. Thus, on the day Lucien the shepherd and Margarita by the hand and led her amidst the trees. Margarita was sweet like the spring, with hair like gold threads, and her hands were as quick in cotton spinning as a nightingale was in flying. For all of this, the shepherd desired her hand in marriage. It was a beautiful October day, and the snow seemed to be yet distant. But after a long walk, and while they were amidst the thick of the woods, the sun was covered by the clouds, and Margarita said, "Please, my love, let us return home. A cloud has covered the sun, and if 1,000 drops were to fall from the sky, sick we would become, you and I." But the shepherd replied, "One more step, my love. I have heard the sound of an axe, and I do not want those woodcutters' ears to eavesdrop our vows." Margarita followed him, and on they walked for 100 steps or more. The sky darkened, and the maiden tumbled. She pleaded, "Please, my love, let us return home. The cloud is darker, and if 100 flakes should fall, the path will vanish, and they won't ever find us at all." But the shepherd had seen a hunter several trees away, and he did not want the hunter's eyes to spy on their kisses, and he replied, "Courage, my love." One more step, 100 steps later, a very white light flared far in the distance, and Lucien clenched his beloved's hand more tightly because he desperately wanted to reach it. Snow had begun to fall, and the young maiden desired to go back. She dragged her feet and pleaded, but Lucien gripped her hand tighter and dragged her. Margarita wept. "Please, if you love me, stop and let us try to find the way home." But the young man no longer heeded her. Margarita tried to stop him, whilst the light before them continued to grow. He let go of her hand and proceeded alone. Margarita fell upon the ground while he disappeared into the storm. Thus she gathered all of her courage, took her skirt in hand, and rushed to stop him, because she truly loved him and did not want any harm to befall him. But Lucien, feeling his hand being pulled back, turned around with a face which no longer seemed to be his own, and screamed, "Begone, you jealous harpy! Why do you linger still? She is calling me with a voice that nary 1,000 nightingales can match, and here you are, cawing like a choked crow. Begone!" In saying this, he turned away from her, but Margarita did not relent and grabbed him by his pants. So the young man turned with a stone in his hand and hit her hard in the face and disappeared, leaving her upon the ground. When Margarita opened her eyes again, the snow had ceased falling. The night was silent, but the light was still there. Enveloped by terror, the young girl ran away as far as she could. When she was found in the following morning, her golden hair had turned white, and her face, once sweet and beautiful, was now disfigured by a long scar. Nothing was again heard of Lucien, and no one ever ventured into the woods again. It sort of reminds me of the story of the Yuki-onna, where men will be lured into the forest and then get killed by this beautiful woman who was in fact a spirit. Stock room. I'm gonna hold off for a second. I have bad feelings. Door. I need a key for that. I have bad feelings. The wooden stove has been lit. Is it possible someone else passed through here? Alrighty then. Old saw. Unfortunately, it's broken. I expect to find fire. It was on when I got here. There's something in the flames. Ooh. Do I still have my full canteen? I do! Yay! Sweet. Alright. I have the key. And whoever was in this room is still crying. Well, do I have to push it? Oh. Oh, it's locked. Okay, that kind of makes more sense. No? Really? That's actually relatively surprising. That door was broken. This door was locked? Yeah, okay. So I'll open the door. Oh. Ooh. It's a butchery. Or a meat processing area. Ooh, plant. Maybe not. Oh, it's a cobbler's shop. Oh, okay. Bone bit? Oh, bone hilt. Okay. That kind of makes more sense. An axe. I will take that, most definitely. A hooked blade. And a hook. And a tool.
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm not in here. This bench, heavy bench has been cut. Its heavy blade is very accurate. Oh, okay. So there was that thing in the other room. I think I have to go back and get that. Because it was like a blade bit, a blade piece. You know? I think I'm going to be able to reforge the knife. But I need to hit it with something. So... knife blade, yeah. Okay. Maybe the axe? No? A blade? No. Tool? Nope. I'm thinking I still need that, though. So, let me check these... Oh, yeah, that would have been helpful. These shelves. Let's see if I can't find them. Ooh, old handkerchief. It's in very bad shape. I fear it'll crumble in my hands. Saw blade. Now, it's funny because the music is still relatively, like, nice and charming, but this is just getting darker and darker by the second. Can I open the broken door? Oh, I can. Oh, nice. Soft roots? Some soft roots. Ooh, I have an axe for that. I'm not an expert, this will take some time. Oh, that's fine. Doesn't take that much skill to kill an axe. I'll keep the root. I just cut with it. Right. An ordinary rectangular notch. In its center lies a tiny slot filtering a weak ray of light. I cannot talk. Stagnant water, perhaps formed from the rainstorm. Maybe.
Tell me, what do you fear?
Whatever you're selling currently, honestly. Ooh, what's this? I was kind of expecting that to actually do something. Chain link it's a link to some mechanism. I'm thinking I have to find a way to drain that puddle. Something is in there. Workshop. I still don't know how to... Ooh, old saw. Oh, it's broken. A blade hook. A tool. A lamp. And soft roots. And this is broken. So I'm thinking I have to fix it. The cribbit boards. Ooh, wait. Last time I saw things I could move, there was something hidden under it. Come on. Show me the money. Ooh. About seals and usage. Yay, books. I do apologize about the massive amount of books. These seals, therefore, if created and positioned fittingly on the doors as explained hitherto, will render it impossible to be opened by those who do not ken the ritual needed to destroy the power and melt the immaterial binds of which the seal is a padlock. It is a manner of putting to the test the resolution, the will, and the intelligence of whoever seeks to break it. In this manner, only those who demonstrate to be worthy of the treasure of knowledge contained beyond that door can access it, and only strength and intelligence used together will be the key to access the treasures and secrets. The rest of this volume will illustrate the manner for melting these seals, including the ritual and the necessary equipment for which an object. Much will already be known to those who are knowledgeable in the alchemy practices, or ken the connection between matter and form. But we want to help those who are totally ignorant of such matters so as to provide a point of departure for those wishing to also conjure harder magical spells and rituals into practice. What remains to be desired is the seal called that of the Five Eyes, as it is kenned by those who know magic and spells. It is one of the most powerful seals one can find, and represents the maximum test of value and knowledge for those who try to melt it. Before it is intended to safeguard the secrets of the species which raise the most pity in those who are virtuous. Whoever possesses the courage to try will have to use the symbols of the deepest essence and must be willing to make some sacrifices. In fact, after having united the ceremonial knife, we're working on that, the most refined substance of fire, as we have thereto described, whoever seeks to accomplish the ritual will have to use the knife upon himself to shed the blood in contaminated water, so that a sort of bridge is created which connects the warm and the dry element to the cold and the wet one. It is important, however, that to stabilize the connection, a source of sunlight must be present. The hilt to hit the water with its rays. If everything is performed correctly, the seal will melt, and the candidate will be capable of seeing the image interpreted as if it were present inside of him, as the seals usually do when the preliminary ritual is performed. Successfully in this particular case of the seals of the Five Eyes, one must remember that this is destined to contain the source of intimate pain and torment. The brave one must recognize the pain of the mother and show pity and compassion through contact with the face of the innocent. As per rule, the seal provides an incomplete representation which the celebrant must complete, establishing a connection to the material world through what we can find externally here near the place where the seal is found, and which forms part of such place. As demonstration of proper execution of the rite, the officier will witness a vision, as the struggle of the mother is remembered through the operations described here. He will witness her crying. I already hear her crying, so that is not a problem. So now I do need to make the knife again, but I need to find a way to knock it off this thing. Finally wrought and edge is sharp. It seems to respond to the touch of my hand. Can I just use the handle? No. That would be too easy, I suppose. Hook blade. Nope. Root. Root. A blade? I am missing something. Alright, let's go back into the workshop and see if we can't find something there. Heavy knife held. The bench used to cut wooden blocks. The heavy blade was very accurate. Oh, that's right. I already read that. Oh well. Shoo, 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 shoo. Book. Far away from here.
The eternity I promised mankind.
Very well then. The hero passed beyond the monster's jaws and found the enchanted castle as the sorceress had foreseen. A castle with mountain-like walls made of sparkling stone and smooth as the assassin's blade. Clouds covered its towers and giant front portals was adorned by terrible gold tusks. The hero grabbed the door's knocker and a silver circle between the jaws of the golden lion and struck the head of the lead plate with all of his might. For 3 times its jaws quivered and the lion rumbled, but it did not relinquish the ring. Who dares disturb my sleep? It is I, and I command thee to let me pass. The brave hero replied, Dare put your hand between my tusks and release this ring from my mouth. Only then will I reveal thee the lock. Why don't you just open your mouth? I cannot allow it to fall. The hero took the silver ring from the tremendous lion's mouth and realized that it was a magnificent crown adorned with gems. Put it on his head, only then can I obey you. Thus the hero placed the crown on a head and ordered the lion to reveal the lock. And so the lion head leapt down from the portal, and the hero watched as his entire body followed it. A magical spell had trapped within the portal the magnificent beast, large as a bull, and a bright silver sword stretched between the 2 golden chains was revealed behind it. The lion said, Only the blood of the brave can crease or grease. I don't know. I'm going to say grease this sword, and unprison it from these bolts. And so he clawed the hero, whose chest started to bleed. The hero smeared his hands in his own blood and creased the sword with it. The sword leapt from its hinges, but did not let itself be caught. It said, Only the brackets of power can bend me. And thus the hero removed the bolts from the door, and he could see that they were 2 heavy golden cuffs that fitted him perfectly. He placed them on his wrist and grabbed the sword. Then, with the sword in his hand and the crown on his head, he struck the door 3 times, ordering it to open in the name of its master. The hinges turned, the gigantic portal opened wide, and the proud lion bent its paws, saying, Please, my lord, my back is at your service. Okay. I don't know if that actually has to do with the story at all. But there has to be some way. Because I want to pick up this hammer, but apparently I can't. Now, can I put the blade hinge in the clamp? No. Apparently not. Can I put this in the clamp? Nope. Oh, the blade, hook, tool. Okay. So I think I'm going round. Oh, a door. A drawer. Ooh. All these books. Alchemy and thermology. Some silver dust has fallen from the book. I'll keep it. Okay. Amongst the several substances we have discussed at the beginning, one of the most important is the electrum, a union between gold and silver found in nature in the mines of Asia Minor, called Lydia by the ancient Romans, and which can be attained by the expert in the workshop with great knowledge of alchemy and goldsmith. The electrum is a substance capable of unifying and maximizing the quality of gold and silver, realizing the solemn union of the metal dominated by the sun and its cold sign, the moon-blessed sun of the sublime union. The electrum, a very pliable, very pliable metal which is amber in color and closes itself within itself, besides several other portentous gifts. A primary purification capacity which, if conducted with great firmness of will, can remove evil and spells. It has been recounted as an ancient manuscript translated to Chinese from Arabic that an old wise woman, through her polished amber bell, was capable of distancing sickness from whosoever heard the pleasant ring for a whole night. The manuscript does not directly mention the electrum, but from the description of the bell as polished in amber in color, it is doubtless that this is the bell of the electrum, and not an average but a sublime alloy, as only the vibration of integral natural electrum can produce the same purifying effect as the power of electrum diffused in the air through puffs and through light. The power them and the point of eliminating the sickness. The use of powdered electrum spread through the puffs through light, and thus recounted by various and important sources. The same sources tell of wells situated within the walls of ancient temples upon those who drive bombs such as electrum dust has collected. This is a very long explanation about alchemy, apparently. Molecule that the purifying effect was given by the electrum itself, therefore it will be sufficient to diffuse it with a flame lit in the location or in a well in the basin which one intends to purify, so to remove its filth. Okay, so this might actually have something to do with our current puzzle dilemma. But with that, I'm going to call the episode here. I do apologize that we didn't make too much progress, but this has been Anna Extended Edition by Dream Painters. If you want to see more of this, please like this video in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!
Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you like this content, please make sure to like this video and maybe even share it with your friends. If you want to see more of this, make sure to subscribe or follow me on social media, since YouTube sub boxes tend to lag behind. And as always, I will see you in the next video.